Hi there, my name is Emma Kelly and I'm a yoga teacher in Northampton, and today's video I'm talking about my one-to-one yoga sessions that I run in Northampton locally. So a couple of types of people generally come to see me for one-to-ones, and so first of all I teach a lot of people with anxiety, so I help them to learn the techniques, to learn how to calm and quieten that busy mind, and help them to feel a bit more calm, stable within their body and their mind. And I also teach a lot of people who are going through stressful situations and they're trying to manage their stress through yoga relaxation. And also one-to-ones are really great if you have a medical condition, some health problems going on at the minute, and you need to just have a yoga practice that is really suitable for that particular day. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about these types of people and what I actually do, how I work with them as well, to see if it's something that might be good for you to consider. So with people with anxiety who are coming to me, I'll tell you where it started, why I started to promote my yoga to people with anxiety. A couple of years ago, I had a student talk to me at the end of a session, and she'd been coming regular, and I'd encouraged her to do some yoga at home as well. And she told me that now she had a regular yoga practice, she noticed a significant difference with her panic attacks. And she actually hadn't experienced panic attacks for quite some time after, practicing yoga with me and the program that I had talked to her about. So this kind of started that light bulb moment about, people with anxiety can really benefit from my style of yoga because it is generally very gentle, it's quite soothing, and we do a lot of mindfulness and a guided relaxation as well. So it's really a step-by-step process to get you feeling good in your body and your mind as well, more importantly with anxiety. And the types of people that are coming to my one-to-ones, it's generally people, so there's a lorry outside, they're doing some building work, it's gone by now. So the people who come to see me with anxiety, they are generally people who it's really starting to impact their life. So maybe they've stopped going out to see people, it's impacting their health, they're really not sleeping, impacting their relationships as well. And we do a really focused one-to-one sessions. So I develop a program that's going to help them in their situation, depending on their lifestyle, fitness and that type of thing. And what I do slightly differently to other yoga programs is we have a little bit of a talking element included. And it's a bit like a check-in. So we'll think about, what's happened in the week. Was there any triggers with the anxiety? What sort of things can we put in place to reduce them anxiety issues reoccurring? So you've got a little bit of that support as well in between your yoga classes. So I'm going to advise you, this is going to be a great thing to do in between our sessions, which is the difference when you're having a yoga class and one-to-ones. I can really advise you and give you that tailor-made program during the session, but also in between the sessions as well, which makes the biggest difference actually. The people who come to the sessions and they do what I've asked them to do in between, they see the biggest changes with their anxiety. And you might be watching and thinking, it's okay for other people, but I can't relax. I've never been able to relax. I'm just not one of them people. I'm just an anxious person. And I would love for you to just reconsider that completely, because the process of relaxing, it's a practice. You might actually need to learn how to relax. And it takes time to rewire your brain, rewire your system to start to experience this relaxation and calm that you may not have experienced for a very long time in your life. And one of the students that came to me They were in their 50s and they'd had anxiety for their whole life. But through working with me and doing their homework really diligently, they were able to make some really big improvements in their anxiety, their sleep. So there is a possibility that you can actually make some changes, but you need some guidance. So there's lots of different offerings out there online. But when you have a teacher, me, I'm going to learn about you, and I'm going to know, what advice I'm going to give you that's going to work for you in your situation, because we're all completely different. So if this is, if you're struggling with anxiety, it's an option, one of many options to try, have a go at, see how you get on. And as I said, I have lots and lots of students with anxiety in my group classes, in my one-to-ones, and I'm not in that position myself with anxiety at the moment. I'm doing okay, but I have a lot of conversations with people with anxiety. So, I learned a lot through speaking to people in this situation, and what types of things are going to be the most effective that are generally very simple. So as well as people with anxiety, the one-to-one yoga sessions can be great if you're experiencing high levels of stress. So it can be workplace stress, it can be family, it can be loss, relationship loss, that type of thing. And you really need to get yourself back on track, because it's starting to, it's impacting your life, this level of stress. And you may be wondering what a yoga teacher knows about stress. I just do yoga and, my life is very straightforward and easy. While it hasn't always been this way, I have experienced really intense, extreme levels of stress and workplace burnout in the past. So I used to work as a social worker for a couple of years, and social care. So I worked with really intensely stressful, emotionally stressful situations every single day. And I know the impact that this has on your mental well-being, your physical well-being, your relationships, because I've actually experienced it. I've experienced that high level of stress. It was quite a few years ago now, so I'm out the other side, but I have been there, and through them different stressful situations, over time I learned better strategies of managing it, and that's something that I can really relate to if you are in that high level of stress and you need to do something about it, because the short-term impact, which I've just said, but actually also the long-term impact of stress is really quite it's not good. So yoga and meditation and relaxation is an amazing way to manage your stress, and again, I will think about your lifestyle. I'm generally keep it very simple, because I want it to actually stick with you for a longer period of time to make an impact. And the third type of person who comes along to a one-to-one who really benefit from this setup is if you have any medical and health conditions. So a group yoga class may not be appropriate for you for a couple of different reasons. You might be a bit unsure that it's going to be the right pace for you. So, and also if you have a medical issue that's quite changeable, and one week you have a good week, another week you have a bit of a difficult week. And what we can do with the one-to-ones is I will tailor it to how you're feeling on that day. Which is really something, actually when you're doing, which is something I encourage everybody to develop their own yoga practice, is I will create that yoga program that's going to help you on that day. So if you're feeling in pain, certain areas in the body, you're feeling very fatigued, you've got, different things going on, the yoga is still going to help you. So it may be more focused on relaxation if you're having a bit of a challenging day, and that's okay. You don't need to be fully fit and healthy to do yoga. No, not at all. It's for every type of person. And when you have a one-to-one yoga session, this is when it really can be adapted fully. So, you know, I urge you to, again, I'm just trying to possibly just change your perception about what is yoga, who is yoga for. We generally see very able-bodied people doing advanced yoga poses, but actually a yoga practice can be amazing for you if you are unwell, if you've got health difficulties. So a couple of people who have come to my yoga sessions that found it beneficial, people going through chemotherapy. I've done quite a few sessions for a local charity, and also with my one-to-ones, people going through that chemotherapy process. So I really need to, you know, check in with how they're doing, what's been going on with the chemo, where are you in your treatment, and I will just tailor it. So we might need to just take it down a notch, focus on the relaxation, and people with ME, MS, arthritis, you know, so it really can be adapted, but it's about that one-to-one relationship that we develop, and we learn about what's right for you. So it's a little bit of it's a bit more two-way when we're doing a one-to-one, because yes, I'm going to advise you, but I need to get a little bit of feedback about what is actually working for your body as well. So it's a bit more collaborative. So these are the three main types of situations that people would like help with. So they want to figure out some techniques to help with their anxiety, lower their stress levels, or they want a yoga program that is really tailor-made and safe for them on that day, with no uncertainty about what sort of yoga class it's going to be. It's going to be always a yoga class for you. So that is who I teach in my one-to-ones. And you might be thinking, okay, what actually is a one-to-one? This is, not something that's that common, to be honest. And one-to-one yoga was actually a very common way of teaching yoga. And the teacher would give each person a particular yoga practice depending on that person. So this was a very common practice many years ago, and it's changed into group classes just to fit in with our Western model of group sort of programs and things like that. And so the one-to-one yogas, they are an hour and 15 minutes. We have this checking in time, so we have a little discussion, check in with how your body's doing, the mind, how's your week been, what do we need to think about in the yoga practice. And then we have generally some yoga poses that we're going to do, fully adaptable. And then we do a relaxation called Yoga Nidra practice. It's fully guided, and again, very, very simple. And so I teach in my home in Northampton. So I have a yoga and meditation room that is for me, for my yoga practice, but also to teach my one-to-ones. I'm centrally located, and I have sessions during the week, evenings, daytimes, and occasionally Sunday afternoon as well, if you really can't fit it in to your week. So if you know somebody who would really benefit from what I'm offering, I'd love for you to share the information with them. If it's something that you think you would benefit from, I'd love to hear from you, because I want to help people with yoga. I'm so passionate about yoga. It's helped me so much, loads of my students, and I want to just keep getting it out there, to be honest. So I'm going to put a link for my one-to-one yoga sessions. I'm going to put my website. So have a look on there first, get to know me a little bit more. And then when you've had a look and you're interested, I'd love to set up a conversation, have a chat, and we'll find out if it is the right thing for you and the right time for you as well, which is really important. So like share the video, and I will see you soon. So thank you so much for taking the time to watching my video, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.